It's hard for us entrepreneurs, especially if we are entrepreneurs of a small business, to speak up, to speak the truth. If we have something to say, like some problems, some struggles with crisis, like we have right now, and for maybe we had dealt with our partners, clients, team in a bad way, and we will learn from CEO of Airbnb how he addressed the problems he had and mistakes he made. And yes, let's learn from him. And on the end of the video, I'll comment some good things, what happened, and we can learn from good things. Also, what should he improve, and maybe you can also implement this for your videos or your messages, and for sure how it can apply for you as a small business owner. Okay, let's listen, Brian.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today. I was just thinking about, when we started Airbnb. I started it 12 years ago with my friends, Joe and Nate. And when we started Airbnb, we were the first host, and then we started getting hosts on the platform, and we literally would meet our very first host. We'd have meetups. And one of the things that I remembered was the closer we were to host, the better decisions we made. And over time, we became a really big company. But over time, what I also noticed is I've gotten further away from host. And I've noticed that especially now, because here I am in my home. I'm not connected, I'm not with family, I'm not with loved ones, and many of you hosts are not with your family, your loved ones, or your coworkers. And I think it's at times like this, these types of isolation, where we realize that we need to be more connected than ever. And I wanted to use this talk to really connect us better again, host and us. In the last few weeks have been truly devastating. Global travel has stopped, borders have closed, over 3 billion people are in lockdown. Over 50 airlines are grounded. Hotels are down to 10% occupancy. The CEO of Marriott said they're a 92-year-old company, and they've lived through the Great Depression and World War II. And neither of those two crises were as bad as COVID-19. In fact, it's worse than 2008 and 9/11 combined. And I know that this is not only hard on us, this is especially hard on you, our host. You see, what you do is you provide human connection. And that is at odds, oftentimes now, with social distancing. And so I know this is an incredibly painful time. And I think one of the really big pains that you've told us are cancellations. In fact, the number one question that I've heard is about extenuating circumstances. And I want to address that with you right now. 17 days ago, the World Health Organization declared a pandemic. And we had a dilemma. Do we allow our guests to cancel? And if we do, it would have significant consequences on your livelihood. But we couldn't have our guests and our host, we couldn't have them pressured to put themselves in unsafe situations. We didn't want to create an additional public health hazard. So we had to allow your guests to cancel and receive a full refund, including our fees. Now, this was not a business decision. This was a decision that was based on protecting the public health. It's one of the hardest decisions that we've ever made, but I do believe we did the right thing. But I wanted to say this to you right now. I am sorry. I'm sorry we didn't consult you as partners. And I've heard from you ever since that decision. And what I've heard is that you want us to treat you truly like partners, and we want to fix this. Since this decision, we've held over 50 listening sessions. We've read every community center comment. We've heard your frustrations, and we've even written down all of your ideas. And although it may not feel like it right now, we are partners. And when your business suffers, our business suffers. And I know many of you are struggling, and the last thing you need are more words and more platitudes. What you need are actions. Well, I wanted to offer 4 actions to you today that I hope make things a little bit easier. And the first one is regarding our extenuating circumstance policy. So we are taking some new actions around this. First, host, we will pay you $250 million for the cost of COVID-19 cancellations. Guests with reservations booked on or before March 14th will still be able to cancel and receive the standard refund or travel credit. But when a guest cancels one of these reservations due to COVID-19, we will pay you 25% of what you normally receive through your cancellation policy. Now, this will apply retroactively, including all cancellations that you've had since March 14th. This cost will be covered entirely by Airbnb. For any reservations booked after March 14th, your cancellation policy will stay in effect as usual. And we've made it really clear to our guests on our site about this, and we're going to continue to enforce your cancellation policy. Now, the second thing we're going to do is we are announcing a $10 million Superhost relief fund. For those hosts hurt most, we are going to offer grants of up to $5,000 and these grants will not need to be paid back. Now, this is designed for Superhosts who rent out their home and need help paying their rent or mortgage. We're also making this available to long-tenured Airbnb experiences hosts who are trying to make ends meet. Now, the really cool thing about this is it started with our employees. Our employees started a fund to contribute to help support our host, and that fund grew to $1 million. Jonah and I have put in and contributed the remaining $9 million, and that's where the $10 million for this Superhost Relief Fund comes from. The third thing we're going to do is we're going to make it easier for previous guests to send financial support directly to you if you choose to receive it. We've heard from numerous guests that they are grateful for your hospitality and your flexibility. Many of them have asked, how can they reach out to you and how can they offer a little bit of support? So what we're going to do is we're giving them a way to send you a note. And with that note, if they choose, they can attach a contribution to any host that they've stayed with in the past. We expect this to go live in April. If you don't want to be a part of this, you don't have to receive the contributions, but we want to make this available to you. We know even if this is just a little will go a long way right now. And the last thing is for US hosts. We've worked together to secure support for hosts in the United States government's recent COVID-19 stimulus bill. Now, this legislation allows hosts in the United States to take advantage of relief measures. For example, you will now be available for small business grants. You'll be available for small business loans and unemployment assistance. Now, our community of hosts, you, made over 105,000 calls to members of Congress to make this possible. And we are now going to work together for hosts all over the world to secure support in your other countries as well, because Airbnb is in over 194 countries around the world. And so we have a lot of work to do, but we're starting here with the United States. Now, this is just a start. These are 4 big actions that we're taking today. We have a team working around the clock, 7 days a week, to try to continue to make this easier for you. And we're going to be building a number of new programs for you. For example, we're going to work on new ways to drive demand to you and help you rebuild your business. And over the coming weeks and months, we'll have some updates on that. One of the biggest requests we've heard is travel insurance, business continuity insurance. Why don't we offer this? Well, we have teams working on this as well. So to recap, there's 4 major actions that we are taking. We're going to pay $250 million to hosts for the cost of COVID-19 cancellations. We're announcing a $10 million Superhost Relief Fund. We're making it easier for previous guests to send financial support to you. And we're working to support hosts in government legislation. Now, before I go, I wanted to answer a couple questions that I saw from the community that I thought were really important to highlight. And I wanted to do 2 of them. And the first one is from Sarah. And we spoke to Sarah in a listening session. And this is what Sarah asked us. She said, I'd love to know what in-home host will be able to do to prevent guests from bringing the virus to our homes. Of course, speculation on all of that at this point, but what's going on in brainstorms of the office? Well, Sarah, we know that you and hosts all over the world want to continue to host. In fact, many of you need to continue to host, but you have questions about how to do this safely. So we are working with world-renowned experts and epidemiologists to provide standards and guidance. We're going to anchor everything we do in official sources and health authorities. So to start, we've published resources on airbnb.com/COVID. This includes sanitation protocols and a checklist based on CDC standards. By following scientific advice and precautions, our homes can be a force for good. We can use them to support first responders like our host in France and Italy. And we're committed to providing clear communication and best practices. I want to just reference one more thing we heard, and this is from Melanie. And she said in a listening session, with all these cancellations and hardly any new reservations, how long will Airbnb be able to survive? Well, Melanie, this is not even a once in a generation crisis. This feels, at least for the travel industry, more like a once in a century crisis. We planned for many scenarios, but we did not plan for this. And I, as CEO, have never been through anything like this. In fact, nobody has. This is hitting travel companies really hard. But Airbnb, the company, and Airbnb, the community, we are going to weather this storm. We are going to get through this together, and there will be a huge amount of business on the other side. Now, many of our hosts are already adapting to the new realities. For example, fewer people are crossing a border and traveling, but nearly today, half of our nights booked are for stays longer than a month. People are now using Airbnb for remote working, and instead of working from home, they're working from home in an Airbnb. And families are using Airbnb to get more space nearby in the cities that they live. And we've been through crisis before as a community. In Puerto Rico, Hurricane Maria devastated our host community. Before the crisis, we had 7,700 hosts offering homes. Today, we have over 12,000 homes available. We've been stronger after the crisis than before the crisis. And just like we bounced back from that crisis, we're going to bounce back from this. You see, humans, we have a fundamental need to travel. We don't have to be marketed to travel. It's innate in us. And this storm, no matter how bad it is, no matter how long this storm goes on, the one thing I know about this storm is, like all storms, it is going to end. And when it's over, on the other side of it, people are going to be waiting to get out of their homes. And when they do get out of their homes, they're going to want to explore the world, and they're going to stay in communities with you. The last thing I wanted to say is just a sincere thank you to all of you. You know, I think that, Airbnb, the company, we are nothing without you, the host. You are our lifeblood. And your generosity over the last 12 years has made the world a kinder place. And I want to just give one example. Last week, hosts rose up in France and in Italy because they wanted to provide housing for COVID frontline responders. We noticed this, and we made a commitment that we would provide housing for 100,000 COVID-19 responders all over the world. Well, something pretty interesting happened that I wasn't expecting. Since we made that announcement just a few days ago, 50,000 hosts have raised their hand to open up their homes to support the front line. If people aren't traveling around the world, our community, we are going to still find a way to be useful. And the best way we can be useful is to help in this pandemic. And I want to just thank all of the incredibly generous hosts that stepped up to provide housing for healthcare providers, relief workers, first responders. This was made possible through our Open Homes platform, and we've partnered with governments and health organizations. Now, this isn't the first crisis we've been through as a community. Airbnb started in the crisis of 2008. That crisis didn't stop us then. This one won't stop us now. Like as I said before, all storms will pass. I remember as a kid, my dad used to say, Brian, things are never quite as good as they seem or as bad as they seem. And I know they seem incredibly bad right now. But what I will commit to you is that we are going to get through this together. I'll be with you over the coming weeks and the coming months from my home here in my home, and I'll be tuning in. And I'm going to take your questions and answers. The last few weeks has been a bit of a wake-up call for us. And I know that we need to be much closer to you. And the more that I hear from you, the more I'm going to make sure that we build things in partnership with you. And we really are partners, or I want us to be. And I hope that this is the beginning of that. And I just want you to remember one last thing. Travel will be back. And when it is, we look forward to welcoming millions of guests together again. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
So amazing. This is a very inspired speech on how you can address a problem, real problem you have, and you need to speak up for your clients, for your partners, or your employees. And if you will need this kind of speech, let me give you some ideas, some notes on what was good, what can be improved, and what you can apply from this speech. This is first time me hearing Brian, and I resonated immediately. I am a user of Airbnb. I used in both sides as to offer and to go and travel, and I resonated a lot. And I want to give you some notes. Okay, first he told the story how it begins, and this story is it's very good starting point. Like, okay, we started like this, and this very good starting point to start with your story. After he addressed the problem he has, and don't stay with loved ones, he cannot stay with loved ones, and also he said to everybody, okay, we cannot stay with loved ones, we're in the same boat together, like we have this problem all together, and they're resonating message, and explain it the general problem. Okay, this company has problem, this company, like this industry is everywhere, this problem. And like speaking from home in this kind of environment, he is more natural. Like, you don't try to have like cameras, professional cameras, and everyone be very, very professional. And especially you as a small business entrepreneur, you don't need to fake yourself. Be natural. And I appreciate Brian is tried his best to be natural. And for example, you are now listening, but it's also our video recording of this, like on our YouTube. You can look also for his emotions. On our channel you can find the podcast, and you can look for the emotions. And his emotions is not the used from we are used for great leaders, great emotions, politicians, or everyone who are speaking with. No, he is very kind of middle of emotions. But his speech, what he said, what he addressed is very concrete. And this is what you need to be. You need to be sincere, you need to be yourself, and you need to address the problem what is right now. And he said, we had a problem, we need to refund, this is the biggest problem. And this is why he made this video message, because a lot of people from the community, hosts who offer their homes, said you allowed our guests to cancel, and we didn't get any refunds, and these refunds was very important for us. And he said, I'm sorry, yes, we had this problem, we needed to make this very fast, this decision, and this is, he explained, this is for safe This is the main message of the video. Yeah, we needed to address this problem, and I'm sorry we didn't consult you. You see, he addressed the main problem and he said, I'm sorry for this. And you don't see politicians like saying sorry for their decision. Even if it's good decision, if it's bad decision, he will not get sorry. And you may be inspired from them to take like this kind of direction, but no. Be inspired from entrepreneurs who are speaking truth, who are speaking sincere, and I'll bring you other videos of other entrepreneurs how they are dressing and how you can learn also to communicate with your team and with your clients. This is a very useful skill. I also want to develop it. And okay, let's go forward. And he is not just saying sorry. He also makes some concrete actions, not like politicians only promises. No, actions. He will give money to these people who was affected by these viruses, and he has the budget. He's a big company, he has a budget for this, and this is okay. You will not be able most probably to do this thing like he did. You don't have this budget as a small business entrepreneur, and you will at least say sorry. You may say sorry, we messed up, we made this, I'm sorry for this, and here is how we think we should do it in future. We need to consult you, we need to do this, and so on. And here is what he spoke like. He will give the money, but also he has a 4-action plan. He has a plan, and you should have a plan. Even if it's a bad plan, you have a plan. You at least, all your people will know you have a plan, or altogether you will make a better ways to make with all your team this plan. And you will have a plan, action plan, what you need to implement with your team. And on the course of implementing, if you will come up with new, more innovative, more wisest decision, you will implement a new wisest decision. But for now, you should have a plan for your business also on how you can address. We CreateGo company, we also are creating a plan and go on implementing this. I am sure this is not the best model, and I'm not sure we'll have money for after making this plan, but this podcast is also come up like a new idea from the plan. Actually, this was he has 4 action plans. This podcast come after we made first initial plan. So we adapting ourselves and seeing what we can provide, how we can help. And I hope this podcast is helping you. And if you will need more, you can check our courses. We have courses for small business entrepreneurs, and they can learn on digital marketing, on how to work remotely, how to manage a team, how to do Facebook advertising more efficient way. We'll crack the algorithm on how Facebook ads are working. But okay, this was a small advertising for you. Let's go back. Okay, he had a plan, and what is interesting, I noticed from the second time I listened to this video, he had also a moment. He said like, our employees started a fund. So his employee was thinking about their partners, the hosts, people who provide homes, and they are starting to donate for these guys. Interesting how they are thinking and what kind of culture they have internal of the Airbnb. This is a very healthy culture if your employee is starting to thinking about your clients and how they can help. For example, our team, some of my guys also said like, yeah, our clients cannot pay right now us for managing their ads because they closed right now, and but we should help them. Like, we should do something from our initiative, even if it's not for profit. We should help them. And I so appreciated this action, these thoughts, these ideas, like, yeah, we should consult them, we should help them. And this way I saw also on Airbnb. Airbnb, and you should pursue this kind of culture. This is a very healthy culture to have, and I will make a course about this for sure, how for a small business you can create this culture and pursue, because it's a little bit different from a big company, and it's a real, you can implement it. Okay, next point. He has a point. He has a bullet points on his, most probably on a paper somewhere. He has some bullet points to don't forget to say everything he has in his mind, to don't go for emotion and so on. He don't read it, he has a bullet points because he looks at the camera. And you should have also like some bullet points when you will communicate, and especially if it's first time for you to speak up in a very hard message, you should have bullet points, your thoughts on a paper. Maybe not reading the whole story, or maybe reading, I don't know how it will be for you the best option, but I recommend to have bullet points and speak with your own words addressing this problem. And on the ending, he ended with thank you, and he said like, we are nothing without you, and this really means nothing, because in this company he cannot survive or cannot go in this. This is the main business, to have apartments, hotels to offer for their for people. And he said real, like, we are nothing. So using words what is really describing yourself. So you also should be careful also using the words, like not from improvising and saying what you are not feeling right, but use the words and thank you and giving thank you for helping your business. And he on the end he inspired each of us to step in. Like he has said, we will offer homes for these people who are in front line of serving us. We will offer these homes, these apartments, and everyone step in. He shared the story and tell everyone, you can step in like this. You can help other like this. And if you have an idea, if you have something on your heart, you can also inspire, not to buy your products, but to make a contribution for your community. For example, and at the end of the speech, he didn't say buy from us or rent or something. He said like, give something for this period. Okay, this was good things, and I hope you can learn from this and apply also. But let's move to second part, what he can improve. For the first video, so I didn't heard him before, I'm following them, and for the first video is very awesome to have address this in this way. So what I can improve is only technical on this stage. After he will have maybe more messages, I come up with other ideas, but for the first is very good. And technical, he can improve the technical of recording. As you notice, was some delays on audio and video because he was live and he recorded the live session. And what you can do in future, if you will record a live video or other things, you can put two phones. I assume he had a phone, and from his phone or notebook he streamed the live video, and he can have second one very close to first one to record only audio and video like you're recording on your phone. And if you'll have record, you can take this video and upload after it's done, and you will have a good quality video, audio. And if internet something will be broken in the process, you'll have the original file of good recording. So have two cameras basically, one for live and second for recording. This will improve quality. And sure, he needs to make more videos. For sure, if he will make more videos, it will be great. And right now, I understand more clearly the company, and I'm resonating with the company because I saw something special on their side. I used more apps for booking, for other tools, and I saw like tricky moments, discounting and other tricky stuff. But there was very clear and strict, and they used very good methods for promoting. And when I heard his speech, it was like a puzzle together. And right now I'm even more loyal to them, more like, wow, I want to continue to collaborate with them. And if he will make more videos and explaining the process and helping the community, even a closer relationship, more loyalty will be this loyalty, and company will be more successful. Okay, how you can apply for you? Maybe you need to speak for your clients and you have to address a problem. You can do this live in a video or in recording video and send an email for everyone with this message. You can write a text on email, but the best way, if you are sincere, if you are really care for your people, record a video and send, because they will read your emotion, they will feel you, they will understand more you. And even if this is not your best talent and you are for the first time making this kind of video, this will be more sincere and will have a greater impact, and it will help to be more loyal for you. For example, we had a client, we messed up, but because we keep the relationship, but keeping the relationship is constant communication, he ordered again from us. He said, okay, we need this help, and even if we messed up, he ordered again from us, and we so appreciate this kind of relationship with our clients. And if you don't have a solution, you can speak at least, we are thinking in this direction, we are thinking how to solve this, we have this problem, we don't have a solution, we don't have a plan, we are struggling, and sorry for not providing your service and products and so on. Don't take it as, they need to know, they should expect this delay because it's this virus is all around. No, you should speak and you should take care, because other competitors will most probably will not speak up, but you will speak up. And because you speak, because they will resonate with you, because they will see your care, they will be loyal for you, and when they'll need your business, need your services, they'll come to you, or they'll share your business like, hey, my friend, take this company, because they're sometimes making mistakes, but they're want to take care of yourself. And right now you need to have this trust, because everyone is scared around and are scared to buy things or take the services, and you need this trust. And this is a good way to offer trust, by recording a video message and send to them or place on your social media. And maybe you cannot offer refunds for orders, and you're saying, okay, sorry guys, we cannot offer refunds, it's all too much, we don't have this fund, don't have this money for refunds. And you can't say this, but one way for feeling good about yourself, like in future, like you made this decision, you said like, I cannot, but you wanted to do this in future, you can send them money for the refund. Like after 1 year, 2 years, you can send a gift, maybe not full money, maybe a small little gift you can send to them as appreciation, as like, sorry, I messed up, and this is my at least I can say thank you by offering you this money. But don't communicate this. Don't promise like I will send you, I'll give you. If you cannot give you, you'll make more harm to you than good. So if will not be possible, something will happen, you will make even more harm. So don't promise, but take this when you have a possibility. And I will tell you a story how was with one entrepreneur. I give him money, like I don't know, $100 or something like this. He needed like very hard this money, and okay, let me give you. And I didn't expect him to return it, but he promised me like I will give you back this money in 2 weeks. I thank you for helping me with this $100. 2 weeks passed, and I didn't expect him to give me this money. But 1 month passed, 1 year passed, and he disappeared from everywhere. And after 2 years, 4 years, 4 years, he reached to me and said, "Hey, I want to send you this $100. Please give me your where I can send them." Wow, I was amazed. Wow, he sent me this money. He had noticed somewhere, some place, and he had in this mind all these years about me. Wow, was very amazing. And a relationship with this guy is very strong right now. Even if we don't communicate, we don't have nothing to relate on each other, but this relationship is strong. If he will ask something right now, I'll most likely to be open to help or to give something. And the same with your clients. If they'll notice, you will be in their mind, you will have their self in your mind, and after a couple of years you will reach to them and say thank you for being loyal in that period. And I know it was harmful for you, I didn't give you a refund of the services, but right now I want to thank you in this way. Sorry for what was in the past. And this is all. You don't need to make more, and this will help. Okay, I wish you will try your best to overcome the problem you have and communicate the problem with your team or your clients, your partners. And I want to pray for you, to God to help you to overcome the problem if you have right now or if you will have. Our God, Jesus, thank you for offering us opportunity to serve the community, to serve our clients, to give a job for our employees, and partner with other guys who are making their ways in this business. And please help us to communicate. Help this entrepreneur who are listening right now, help him please to overcome this problem and to communicate well, sincere and straight to the problem, and give some solution. And please give him wisdom. And as you promised, if we will ask, if we will pray for wisdom, if we will ask you to help us, you are helping, you are caring for us. And maybe we'll not see right now the results in 1 day, now 1 hour, but I hope and I pray you will show this entrepreneur who are listening right now the way you care for him, for his family, for employee and business in time, and you will help him to serve more people and be a great entrepreneur. I would like him also to be your follower, and but this is his way, his decision he will make, and I pray he will learn about you. He will ask about it, he will ask and pray guidance from you, and you will answer him. Thank you. Thank you. I am thankful for you for listening till now. For the end of this podcast it was long, but I hope also useful for you. And let's learn from other great entrepreneurs. And God help us all